welcome back to my channel. So today I'm here with a nail tutorial. This is my first one. My last videos were just like work with me's, but I figured out how to get a better angle to show you guys the whole process. So here I'm just measuring out her tips and gluing them on. I'm gonna kind of fast forward for this part, and then I'll be back whenever I start the prep process of me buffing the nail tips and priming and blending the tips and all that. So okay, y'all, so now I'm about to cut the tips. If y'all want to know where these came from, these are dynamic nail supply tips. I know they're based out of Houston, Texas, but you can always order online or like go on the Instagram page or whatever. So these are their X long square tips, but my client was going for more of a short look, but she kind of wanted a longer short, not like short nubs. So that's the length we went ahead and did. Previously, like I've used, this is probably like my third set using scissors to cut my tips. I normally use those nail clippers where you like insert the tip through and cut. But I started with the scissors just because I see a lot of nail techs on TikTok doing that, and I like it better. To me, I'm able to cut each nail tip precisely of the same length better, if that makes sense. And it gives you a nice straight edge. Some people, they like that dip, and if you do like the dip in the top of the nail, then I would recommend using the clippers. But if you like a straight look, then the scissors, they get the job done for sure. So I'm just go ahead and measuring each finger to make sure that they're the same length. And so yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and fast forward into the next part. Okay, y'all, so the next step of my process is to file the side walls of the tips. This is good just because in case like the tip is a little wider than the actual nail bed, or say if you ran out of a size and you had to trim it with clippers or whatever, and make it work, this will make sure that the tip and the nail bed is flush, because if you don't, that can be a cause of lifting, and your retention won't be as long as it could be. So I just file the sides just to make sure that they're even and straight. And this helps too with your shaping at the end when you pre-shape. And then I flip the hand upside down, or y'all see what I'm doing. But anyway, I flip the hand and I file the top of the tip just so I can get that straight look. If you want that curved look, you can also achieve that part here, or you can like, straighten it out. And then sometimes when I cut my tips, they don't be straight across, so I have to fix that in the filing process, which is okay. Like sometimes you won't cut it straight, but you can also always fix that here. So I always pre-shape my tips before I lay the acrylic. I know some people don't, but this just makes it easier in the filing process. You don't have to do as much filing because you already have that shape, that foundation there. So I'm going to go ahead and do that to all the nails, and I'll be back. Okay, y'all, the next step in the process is to take your sanding band and file the nail tips, and to blend the tip with the natural nail. So you just want to do this so that you have a flush foundation. You don't want some tips, especially like if you're using C-curve tips, they're very thick. So you want to make sure that you blend the natural nail and the nail tip together, so that's just all flat and it's easier to apply the acrylic, and in my opinion, it's best. Like some people I know, they'll just make sure that the nail tip and the natural nail is flush, but I like to go ahead and sand down the entire tip, just because in my opinion the acrylic, it adheres better to the tip whenever it's buffed. But you can try that out for yourself and see if that works, see if it's easier to apply the acrylic. To me, it just goes on smoother. So that's what I'm doing to all the nails, just sanding and blending the natural nail and the nail tip, and I'll be back. Okay, y'all, so of course the next step is to prime your nails. I use two different primers. If y'all want to know which ones, comment down below and I'll do an in-depth prep video showing like the products and everything like that. But I'm going in with the dehydrator first, and then I'll go in with a primer. I like to use it, the products that I use, I like to use them in this order because the last one I use is like more of a sticky consistency. Not sticky, but like once you put it on the nail, it's kind of sticky. And I like that better for whenever you put an acrylic on top. So yeah, just go ahead and prime in and dehydrating the nails. Okay, y'all, done with the prime and prep process. So I'm using Too Cute powder in the color Everyday Nude. I have a code, you guys. I'll put it in the description box below for y'all to go order. Y'all, this brand's cover powders, so easy to work with. Like, y'all gonna see how smooth and how fast the application is. I'm gonna leave the application in real time so you guys can see. But their products are so good. Like, so I'm gonna leave my code so you guys can try it out and get some money off, of course. So I'm not too big on like 1B, 2B, 3B. Like, I don't really care for all that, but I guess if you want to get down to the nitty gritty, I use a 2B method in this set. But I don't really like to do all that counting. I just like to make sure that I have enough acrylic covering the nail. You know, I have the right thickness across the nail in like all the areas and stuff. So I don't really count, but I guess I would have used a 2B method. Well, kind of 3, because I go back and put like one big one on top of everything just to make sure that it's, thick enough. But right here you see me just doing the cuticle bead, making sure that I don't flood the cuticle, but also trying to tuck so that whenever it's time to seal the cuticles, that it's easier. So this is the last bead I was telling you guys about. I just put it at the top, tuck it into the cuticle, and then just drag it down. Do you guys see how smooth, y'all? Like, the powder is so buttery. I love it. I love it. I love it. So I'm going to leave most of the application for this hand in real time so you guys can just see the process and see how I work with the powder and stuff. But y'all, definitely go try out this brand, Too Cute Nail Supply, on Instagram. I believe that's their Instagram, but I'm going to link everything down below. But yeah, just watch. Okay, y'all, so now y'all see the application is done. This is my ceramic drill bit. I'm not sure where I got this from. I don't think this is the panel one. I think I got this from a nail supply store in Baton Rouge. But this is the same bit that I use to seal my cuticles. And I just go underneath the nail just to get any excess acrylic that's probably like stuck, because I hate when people leave that underneath there, like, and you leave. But this also helps to make sure that your shape is crisp too. So I just go through with the bit, clean up all the, excess acrylic that probably will get stuck. Now going on my hand file, and make sure whenever you start filing that you tuck your client's skin, because you don't want to cut them, okay? So I just tuck the skin and I file those side walls just to make sure that I get that crisp square shape. And I'm going to go through and do that to each nail. And then I'm going to flip the hand again and file the top just like I did in the beginning of the video before I applied the acrylic. So I do the same shaping process, but here I just don't have to do as much. Like, it's very minimum hand filing that I do, because I make sure that my tips are pre-shaped, and I also make sure that my application is neat, and I clean up as I go, so that you don't have to double work yourself. So that will cut down on your time when you're doing sets, whenever you just apply these things. So I'm gonna just fast forward as I file, and then after that I will go and seal the cuticles with the same drill bit that I use to clean up the bottom of the nail. And yeah. So if this was a basic set, then it'll be done. I would just put the top coat on. But she wanted a French tip set, and the ring and the middle finger, they had like a little heart design kind of. So when I do short nails, I always just do deep French unless my clients request otherwise. So that's what I'm doing here, so y'all can kind of see how I'm drawing that. I just make the line on each side and then connect it in the middle. So I'm gonna leave the nail art in real time as well, just so you guys can see, my hand movements and how I draw everything, connect everything, make sure my lines are straight and all that. So at the end, I always do this where I just kind of make sure that that U part is straight and not like having jaggedy lines, because you can tell. So just make sure you take your time with your French tips. I know when you're first learning, it's very difficult. Me personally, I hand draw all my French tips. I don't like using the acrylic, but like I said, if requested otherwise, then I can. So like I said, the middle and the pointer finger, they had different designs. So I only did the French on the pinky, not the pointer finger, the ring finger and the middle finger. I only did the French on the pinky, the pointer finger, and the thumb. So like I said, I'm just leaving this in real time. I'm gonna stop talking. I'm gonna just let y'all watch. finished product. I just wanted to show you guys how it's supposed to look. I redid the middle finger because I didn't like how it looked, so I redid that off camera. I'm just touching it up here. So all that's left now is to put the top coat on, and I always put cuticle oil on there. So I'll show you guys the finishing touches. Y'all, I hope this video was informative and that y'all learned. If you have any questions, don't hesitate to leave a comment or anything. Okay, y'all, here I'm just applying her top coat, but like I was saying, if you have any questions, feel free to leave a comment. You guys can DM me on Instagram. Don't forget to follow me on TikTok, because that's where I also post a lot of nail related content. But just comment down below if you have like a specific part of the nail process that you need help with, or that you would like me to film an in-depth video on. I will do that. So that's the end for this set. Just applying her top coat. We're going to let her cure that for 60 seconds. And then I will put her cuticle oil and show you guys the finished product. So hope you guys enjoyed.